Yes. So the edges of feeling like yucky were nibbling at me earlier. So, what does one do when the edges of yucky starts to nibble? Ask, what should I do now? And listen and act accordingly. So I kind of was like, just like, like, oh man, I don't want to feel like this. What can I do now? And inside says, well, you still got to pick out, get a winter coat and snow pants for Lily Rose. Go specifically to this place. So I did. And in going specifically to this place, I did not find what I was looking for. But really, I wasn't really looking for anything because although I do need to find that, I was just asking for big one, eh? I'm busy.
Meow.
I was just asking for, something to distract. That's quite good. Could you go? What's wrong?
I was at the cat.
Yeah, well, I'm not at the cat yet. I'm trying not to let the cat out of the bag. Anyways, so it was like, oh, okay, I didn't find what I was looking for. Am I done? And inside said, no, go this way. So I went that way. And boom, there's a store that I didn't think was there, didn't remember was there, and is only there a few months before Christmas sometimes, like not all year round. It's got, handmade or mostly, I wouldn't say like huge, just it's got like crafty shit. I don't know. But when I got to that store, I looked up hoping it was, the same owner, and it was. I don't know who is watching this that watched when I did my yard sale videos, but when I did the yard sale, I had extremely intense, magical exchanges of energy. I don't know how else to describe it. It's more than just like, oh, that was a cool yard sale. Um, yeah, it was fucking epic, the shit that happened there. And one man in particular came with his children on the Saturday and not only bought a lot of odds and ends, but we talked a lot. Him and I, or, me, him, and the kids, or just me and the kids. I say kids, and they're like, I don't know, I forget their age. Doesn't matter, but they're at the beginning of teenagerhood, I would say. They're not children, like little kids. The next morning, he was the first one back at the garage sale, yard sale, whatever, the fucking my thing. And the kids came out of the van, and I greeted him as the kids were coming out of the van. I was like, hi, is everything okay? Did you like forget something here yesterday? That was my first thought, is he forgot something. And he's like, no, we're back because there was some stuff the kids kind of looked at and they're wondering if it's still there. Maybe it's meant to be, it's for them. And my wife couldn't come yesterday and she really wanted to come. Anyways, long story short, we ended up like just talking a lot again the next morning and connecting. Like not in a way that I search for of like, like my people and talking about like weird ass shit, but just like fucking like connection, like real connection. Um, Share the love, man. That's it. And so yeah, when I walked into the store, he looked at me and he knew me. And I says, "You're not quite sure. Do you recognize me?" And he's like, I know you. Give me a second." And I was like, well, I'm just gonna say yard sale. And then he, poof, clicked back to, he's like, what are you doing here? I thought you were gone. I've been wondering. We actually have talked about you when we use your things. Like where you guys ended up. And so, we talked a lot, and I told him some stuff, and I'm wearing my Ireland shirt, which I had another camo shirt on top, so he couldn't see it, but he talked to me about his trip to Ireland 25 years ago, like a lot. And like I said, he didn't know I put myself in Ireland energy underneath. It wasn't visible to the eye. And just, it was like a really fucking cool exchange. To me, to what point it proves like that I am not going to sit here and fucking let a mood come over me, that I choose my reality, and that if I listen to my guidance, I will be led to something like fucking amazing. And so as we were in the store, my eye was caught in I saw a dragonfly necklace, and it was really pretty, like kind of had diamonds on it, and then it had one wing that was yellow. And like, although I really liked it, it just didn't resonate with me, because it was just, I don't really like diamonds, to be honest, like whether they're fake or real. Like, I like people as diamonds, because we're all shiny and shit, but anyways, I don't resonate with diamonds. So as I was putting down the dragonfly, I saw this. Yeah, it has 2 earrings, which I don't wear. I fucking hate having things in my body like that. It's just gross to me. Shout out to piercings. I fucking love y'all. You're beautiful with them. I couldn't do that stuff. Yeah, there's 2 earrings, and I've already tangled it up, so it's pretty par the course of me. Buy a necklace, get home, and it's all a fucking jumble. Oh, look into my axe. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to take the other 2 axes off the earring things and to have 3 axes, me, myself, and I, or if the 2 other axes are actually not even for me and belong to someone else or 2 other people. I don't know. And the other thing, Lily Rose was near the cash register, and she was looking at things that I probably wouldn't have even noticed. And at one point, she notices like little trinkets. I don't know what they're called, like they're porcelain-y type things. And she's like, "Wow, Mom, I've never seen this elsewhere. My dad has this." And she's not, like, sometimes she'll be kind of like, "Can I have this? Can I have this?" But it's very rare. And so I was holding my axe, and she looks at me, and her eyes are huge, and she's like, "Can I have it?" And I was like, "Do you want it?" And it's the first time that in her eye was the look of like, yeah, like my dad's gone. Yeah, he left yesterday, by the way. My dad's gone. Yeah, and she didn't get to see him, by the way, either. And I want this. I need this near my bed. So it was like, of course, right? A little otter. And beside the otter, I couldn't help myself. I keep telling myself, don't like start gathering shit again, but I just couldn't help it. To have the buffalo, I have the buffalo in front of me where my bed is. Here, might as well fucking show you. I have the buffalo always close. Yeah, what a mess, eh? Holy shit. Oh my god, that's even more of a mess. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just felt I needed to have him right next to me, in front and beside. So we'll put him next to like the sea glass and trinkets and Mary and all that shit beside my bed. And, well, I know I talked about waiting for the stag, and I'm not so good at waiting, so I went out and got my own. Yep, that's how I roll. Why the fuck am I gonna sit here thinking I want to see a stag when I can go get my fucking own, and he can even hold up my purse and be fucking useful? Yeah, I have no idea where I'm gonna put him. I think I have some screws left. I have a toolkit left. I didn't sell all my tools, but I'm not sure if I got screws. And then, oh my God, Lily Rose was walking by and saw cats. And I don't feel like telling my cat story right now, but everything was easy no matter how old I was, since I had certain things to either give, sell, burn, like everything. Nothing didn't fucking bother me, but I had to leave my cat behind. And I considered bringing him camping. I thought to myself, like, well, fuck, just put a leash on him and, like, he'll fucking walk around with us and, you know, whatever. And it's like, yeah, he already wouldn't like that in real life. And you can't leave an animal in the car in the summer. So it was like basically a recipe for disaster. So I gave up my cat. So Lily Rose found there was like a ton of little baby cats, mature looking cats, all different colors, and this is the one she picked and just had that I know. Kind of think it would have been appropriate if he purred, but hey. One more. Look at his eyes. Kind of like a pig nose, eh? Look into my eyes. Yeah, we don't do very many little trinkets like this, but honestly, I always wondered who the first person would be that I would see that came to my yard sale and made my life better that day, better than it already is. And today was the day where I saw someone, and yeah, although everything here is nothing that I need, I wanted it, and it's all symbolic of something for us. And you know, the thing about the yard sale is, one would think because I was like, you know, 47 and a quarter years old, or almost a half years old, when I sold everything almost that I owned, that I would have made like a shitload of money, because, you know, you're almost 50, you have to have a lot of shit. And yeah, I didn't make that much. So everything that I did make, it was like that. What is that story about, like the loaves multiplying or something? Like, there wasn't, like, the people that I've told of what I had in Canadian dollars and managed to live on it for the amount of time that we did. And it's just, nobody thinks it's possible. But it is. I did it. We did it. And it was really amazing to be able to just see things that made me feel good in my heart and that I wanted, and to be able to buy them from someone who did the same for us. I don't know, am I wording it right? I don't know. It's like, holy shit, like, just, it's an amazing feeling. It's really cool. And something else really cool happened today. She says I'm not afraid anymore, and here I am fucking sucking it up. I've been given the push, the solid, stop waiting for what you believe in, Michelle, and do it the way that everybody else does. Go get your passport. And like, I'm not trying to like be a drama queen, but anyone who's ever like really watched my videos on borders knows to what point I'm just so fucking done with that. And apparently there's not enough of us that are fucking done with it to Mandela effect that motherfucker border's gone. So I'm gonna do the thing that I don't even want to do, is be like just filling out the fucking forms and doing it. My cousin is getting married, and although I'm not a wedding type of person, girl that goes to them very often, when I do, it's because it's like I need to be there. There's a reason inside me, and everything's calling me to be there. And I realize that like further down, but it's kind of like when I got my job. I have a bank account. I'm in the system. I do my taxes. Like, I don't avoid the matrix shit, to be, for lack of a better word. But I've been out of the wheel of certain things. Like, I've manifested to have like just odd and end jobs where I just am called, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Do you want to paint this? Do you want to redo this? Do you want to do that? And it's just like, yep, 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 yep. And I just take the little shit. And, you know, the steps that I had to take to get this job, to do the proof of the vaccines I'd had, the vaccine exceptions for the fact I won't have any more, Lily Rose won't, all the forms I needed to fill out. Like, if I can get through that shit to get to where the job that doesn't feel like a job, well, I can certainly fill out a bunch of fucking passport forms to get to where I want to go. Anyways, and that opens up another thing of, it's not that I've never put my services out there for how I work, my beads, my crafts, the things that flow from me. I've done a few things on commission because somebody had something and then wanted another item. I've done that a few times because I was asked, but I don't, like, I have like over, I don't know how many business cards, and I forget where they are. I just don't put it out there. And it's not fear, it's how I am. It's the way that I choose to live. And I've been asked to do something for the wedding, my cousin's wedding. And like I told her, I don't do repeat things. How many things do you need approximately? The number I'm being given is 75, so I guesstimate maybe 100, 120 once she's really done the who must be there. We'll see. I could be wrong. And so I'm accepting to do 75 or more individualized thingies. I'll call them thingies. And it's special to me because she's my little cousin. And back in 2010, when I was leaving for Chilliwack, BC, she was 21 or 22. And I can still see the like, wow, I can't believe you're doing this. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And the thing in her eye. And it turns out I wasn't meant to stay in Chilliwack, BC for more than the time that I did, which was about 6 months. But a few years later, she left for Chilliwack, BC, and she's still there, and that's where she found her love. He's American, though, and so that's why I need the passport. Because I'm going to finally be on the other side of the fucking mountains that I've been looking at from when I was a child and then an adult. I'm going to be on the Washington side. That's worth filling out passport forms, eh? Yeah, and the other cool thing, his last name is Hope. And she's taking his last name. Thank God, I would have like fucking hit her in the back of the head. Keep Barrett over Hope. Are you fucking kidding me? Everybody needs fucking hope, man. And that's the theme that I'm going with, is that each individualized beat it thingy is going to have the name Hope on it. Obviously, for everyone to remember my cousin and her husband, but to also have that feeling of, you know, when you look down and shit's just hitting the fan and you see the word hope, how it can pull you through. And yeah, it's a neat feeling. It's been a cool day. Glad I chose to follow what was guiding me inside.